Couple records that I hold, yeah, I got those. It's the playoffs, the team just got home. We ain't going outside when it matter most. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic. Lights came, prime time action. Run it up, touchdown, I'm snapping. In the field with the plays, John Madden. It's so many, give it Sunday magic.
Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. 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 I hope y'all can nest double E, cause I need your eyes on me. Once I get my feet in this end zone, no one can STOP. Can I make a scene like a movie, feeling big, keep it juicy before we start getting unruly. I've been hooping like a hoolie, keep it coolie before I stuff you in a locker like a bully. Like a bully. Put in the work, you can see my fingernail dirt. I'm the last one to leave, even when I come first. Yeah, you might want it bad, but I'm sure I want it worse. I'ma do it cause I love it, I'ma love it till it hurts. What's the worst that can happen, Captain? I'm strapped in, no I'm not crazy, I'm just tapped in. Hungry like I'm fasting, I'm about that action, no slacking. Well, I'm sorry, Miss Jackson, cause here come the pain. No one to call up for help, no one to blame but yourself. You should've known better, however you did it, so we had to come ring your bell. Like I need a ward, wait until I score, make it rain till it pour. I'm a dog on fours, put in work like a chore till I'm underneath the floor, in the trenches like a war. If they wanna give them more, when I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Whenever I touchdown, touchdown.
First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Los Angeles Rams and the Detroit Lions. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? He will return this, and look at this, right away a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Looking to throw is Mills. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So, Charles, this defense, they definitely know that they've got their hands full here going up against a group that has won 7 straight. What's the key for them in this ball game?
Well, we asked their defensive coordinator that very question, and the response was, we have the mindset that they actually have to react to us, not the other way around. So it sounds to me like the plan is to do the attacking and not wait to see what they present to them.
And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They did tell us they wanted to establish the ground game early, didn't they?
They did, and a small sample size that we've seen so far, but pretty good return.
Yeah, you got to like that. They've strung together a couple of first downs, established what they wanted, the running game. And guess what? They also got the lead guy running it pretty well, too.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
On 1st and 10, Mills. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. The throw to the middle, taken in, and it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 13-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down to Marlon Mack. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Derek Barnes in on the stop. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing, Mills. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Sanders' kick is good, and the Rams have the 1st points here. It's 3-0. Well, they started the drive backed up pretty deep, but a nice effort to overcome the field position, get into field goal range on the game's opening possession.
And, Brandon, I think from where they started, the initial thought was, can we get 1 or 2 1st downs and help out our defense after we pump the ball away with field position? But as that drive went on, I think their sights got set a little bit higher. They were thinking touchdown, ended up settling in between and coming away with a field goal.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And he's got room. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old-school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. The Lions at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they have certainly got it rolling as of late, winners of 6 in a row.
And I think this is where, as a head coach, you show your team some trust. Instead of just talking about winning, the very next game, you point out to them, we're on a nice run here, and if we keep doing this, we'll be playing at home in the postseason, and we know that could ride us all the way to the Super Bowl if we get that done.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Rams will take over here just shy of the 30.
A feather in the cap for the defender, picking off one of the league's better quarterbacks so far this season. And add another feather in the cap for the coaches, too. Excellent game plan, and they had their guys aware of his ability to roll out and how to defend against it.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a first or a second seed come playoff time.
From the 36, Mills. Going to throw right side here, complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
A run up the middle with Mack. As he's got this down inside the 40 to the 39. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Now, this defense for the Lions, they put together a strong effort last week in the win over Chicago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. To throw, Mills. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Part of what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
Mills to throw it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal. Now Jason Sanders for the field goal try. From the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. The kick by Sanders is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
On second down, Swift.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
They go play action here on first down. Open man right side is St. Brown. And he'll be out of bounds yards after getting this one across the 40. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll make it second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Black ultra. Hey, blue. Black jack.
They'll look to throw here. And that's caught at the 25. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. A big play there for Detroit. 46 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. 11 more on that one and another first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty. Can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary, and that led to a really nice game.
They'll go with a keeper. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be second down.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Swift.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Field black. Real green. Hey, green.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are an extra point away from capturing the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus, and indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
When you're lateral to the line of scrimmage, linebackers keep those shoulders square so they can go up and down. But when it's time to go, turn your shoulders just like a running back. Get through the line and hit the runner in the backfield.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Mills now.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
They'll try and run for this with Mack.
And he's going to have a first down on a gain of about 10, and that'll take us to the 2-minute warning. 40 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only first down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
He dumps this off to Mack. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Mills. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Curtis Samuel from 4 yards out. And the Rams will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that'll make this a 6-point game. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Give him 30 yards there.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 2nd and 12.
Long ran. Right.
They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. 3rd and 7 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Let's go now. Yo, blue. Ready, no. Blue striker.
Now back to throw. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. And the Rams force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
Mack gets hit and the ball is free.
And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number one.
Mills now looks to throw on first down. And that one complete downfield to Kupp.
And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. They'll get 34 yards there. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
No, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So two thoughts come to mind. One, get some oxygen. You fill up your lungs a little bit. And number two, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
Now he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This a 43-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Ready?
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. This is caught inside the 15.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. We saw this plenty last year in college. He'd love to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
They'll run the draw here with Swift.
And he is going to lose yardage here. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11.
Once again, it's Swift.
And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
Didn't have a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Back to throw. This is caught. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Let's go.
They'll try and sneak it here. And he won't have the touchdown, but he will have the first down as he's tackled at the 2. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
Ready. Check right. Cut.
Here's Swift. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2? Maybe even 3 more plays.
2nd and goal from the 1.
Ready.
Swift again. And this time he's going to lose yardage as they push him back to the 4-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Black Ultra. Black shot.
Now they'll empty out the backfield. He'll look to throw. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
Brings up 4th and goal.
And this one is right through. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. A run by Mack to start the drive. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, in every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They go play action. Mills. He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. Touchdown, L.A. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he can run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. Sanders now to add the extra point. And the lead is now 13.
This kick is good. Makes the score Rams 23, Lions 10. Jake Bailey sets the kickoff.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. They also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. He'll buy some time right. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
Well, let's face it, Brandon, they're down here in the second half. want to try and make something happen, and if you're the guy with the ball in your hands, you're going to try even harder, because I think all he was trying to do was to get outside the pocket and see if he can find a big play downfield.
They'll go with Mack here up the middle, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front, because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find the hole.
They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Lions are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
Well, the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this.
And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
Well, it's pretty evident that that's not the way you want to try and establish momentum ahead of a possible fourth-quarter comeback, because you needed points there, at least something to build out for your next series. That was neither. Instead, it's a huge play for a defense that now has no doubt it can finish this game off.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he will finally be taken out of bounds. You need your wide receivers as blockers. Sometimes they get a hold.
The big runs are often a result of what they do on the perimeter. In this case, got caught holding, and this one will come back.
They run the draw play with Mack. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, obviously, they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead, now they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Here's Mack to get it again on 2nd down.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. 3 quarters in the books.
First down, Mills.
He'll get this one to Kupp, complete.
And he'll be brought down just...
Complete to Cooper Kupp. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
4 yards remain for 2nd down.
They'll run it out of the gun with Mack. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
53 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Marlon Mack with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Rams add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead opens up now to 22 points.
Jake Bailey set to kick off.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and lead the game out that way.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And that'll be caught. It's St. Brown. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Rams 30. He got 29 yards that time. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
On the ball.
They'll look to throw again. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Back to throw again.
That's out to the flat for Swift. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Black Ultra. Black shot.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions.
23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Lions have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
So the Lion offense staying on the field as they're going to try for 2. Now receiver in motion left. They'll look to throw. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of two-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Here's Mack to get it again on second down. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. And he's going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Out of the gun, here's a give to Mack. 98 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
That gives him 98 yards in this game, and he's got to feel pretty good about that, but the entire offense does. The big thing, though, Brandon, they've got to get to 100, though.
You think he knows he's at 98?
I think someone has told him by now, and here's the thing. Getting to 100 or more is tangible evidence that you've had a nice day running the football, and that's what his offensive line wants for him and for themselves.
They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. On 3rd down, here's Williams. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they said eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Rams are going to take possession of the football. Boy, Charles, you hate to see this for a rookie quarterback. You're hoping it doesn't shake his confidence, but that confidence, it might be shaken because that is 4 interceptions for him now in this ballgame.
It has to be shaken. Wouldn't be human if you weren't. Doesn't matter whether you're a rookie or a veteran. 4 interceptions, you're not sure what you're doing out there. So to me as a coaching staff, I would think very hard about getting him out and trying it again another day.
So the LA Rams with a victory here.
If God for me, who could be against me? I guess all of that's against me. They the ones stirring up the conflict. They try to make it out like I'm conflicted. East Coast, the 6'4's hitting switch. It's not a conflict of interest.
Cut it with the business. West Coast rocking them Timberlands, deep up in them trenches. It's no difference. Neither one play games when swinging for them fences. We want the finer things that's expensive. They hit them either close range or at a distance. If God for me, why bother? I got my game from the Godfather. Top of the food chain, rock bottom. And handle my business when it was my problem. Jeep, flossing with a gold chain. I got my Turkish rope with matching gold things. Bomber jacket in the winter, it's a cold game. I met some East Coast up in Spokane. Some of the realest in this dope game. I got my curly top looking like special ed. Clean fade on the side, bumping that red head. Clean tags when I ride, ducking the feds.
At my Brooklyn, cause see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr to the reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boys stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we were not to ride nobody with, we the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni again it hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr,
trust, me taking no loss. We be the hottest on the scene. Gemstones from the dust. Big drop with leash. Where's the love in the streets? Pour my heart on the beat. See that blood on my sheets. Yeah, when we ready, me hit it heavy. I zoom out the pride of my people already. Them I see Ellie. Me, I'm just sharing my journey. I'm thankful the people they hear me. Tribe of Joseph, I'm ahead of the bunch. P5, I was starving for months. A running cut team, but on my pockets, we need my DNA. Baby for lunch, but we call me a star before BBC. Don't take a lot to get rid of me. Me and them don't get the same. Me and them don't get the same. Boy, that they gonna know who the name is. They say I move like I'm nameless. Cause I only cover the money bags and I don't really wanna be famous.